Hi everyone, it's a beautiful spring day. It's about 45 degrees out right now. And I don't know if you can see the chickens. They are out scratching about. And I'm going to do a quick video of how I prepped for spring. Early in the morning when I have my coffee, I like to watch YouTube videos so I can learn some more about gardening. I have found that there's so many great educational videos on YouTube. One of the things that I did in winter to get ready for spring is I started working on my binder. Every year I kind of put a binder together to go over what I wanted to plant and where I wanted to plant. So these are some of my garden beds in the front. Then I have a couple more on the back. The reason why I do that is because it's nicely covered, so if I take this out into the garden, it's not going to get dirty, because I'm constantly looking to see what I planted and where at this stage when I'm planting seedlings. The other thing that I did is I made a calendar of what I'm going to plant and when. So I have the seeds that I'm going to start indoors, when I'm going to transplant them, when I direct sow them outside, and any notes that I need to put in. So in the notes, I put in what kind of planter I'm going to grow them in, what other companion plants I'm going to grow them with, and any other notes that I needed to put in. I also went through and printed off some Burpee calendars for our zones, which is zone 5. I have last year's planting calendar, and then in the back I printed some articles about different types of companion plants and how to grow certain things. Low light plants, these are actually for indoors. How to grow lavender, and my favorite, peas. Peas are actually one of the first thing I plant. As soon as the soil is workable, kind of go through and pull out the weeds, work it through, give it some fertilizer if needed, and plant the seeds pretty early on. Cover it with frost cloth so that if it does snow, we will still be okay. Another early crop is radishes. I already planted these in a planter a little while ago, and these I'm going to plant today in our outdoor beds. A few weeks ago we still had some snow on the ground, but this here is our pear tree and it's already starting to bud. And this is our yellow delicious apple tree. Another thing that I have to do in the spring is I clean out the chicken coop and the chicken run, taking out all the hay and straw that they had for insulation. Once all that is added to the compost, it will make great fertilizer for next year. And while I was doing that, the chickens were very excited to go out into the yard and look for worms, bugs, ticks, and spiders. Here are two of our raised beds. This one has peas, and this one I'm prepping for some summer planting. I'm starting some tomato seeds indoors. The one I'm doing right now is a San Marzano breed. I hope I pronounced that correctly. This one I was told is a really good tomato for sauces. Putting in a couple seeds in each little pod. And then very lightly covering it up with some seed starter mix. The soil was already wet before I put the seeds in, so I'm just spraying the top part of the soil. This is the seed starter mix that I like to use. Another variety of tomatoes that I'll be growing is the red cherry tomato. I'm also really excited to try the black Krim tomato. I hear these are really delicious and they look very interesting with their black stripes. Sometimes I like to put the seedlings by the window where there is an air vent so the airflow helps to produce really strong stems. Let me show you what happens when I open up the basement window.
Hi. Hi, you can't come in. You can't come in.
Okay, I know they're only coming to get some food, but it's still kind of cool to have the chickens come to greet you as soon as they see you. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I'm really excited to share with you what we have planned for our homestead for this year.